Hello, good morning. We're here today with Jimmy Chavez, instructor, and Manar. She's a beautiful name. He's going to show you how to do the proper setup for a spin class if it was your very first time. Here you go, Jim.
Okay, great. So Manar, go ahead and get on the bike and go ahead and click into the pedals. Now, a lot of people start off, the first place you want to do is start off your hip level to the seat. And that's a good starting point, but I'm going to show you alignment and how you want to get so you can pedal your pedal stroke most efficiently.
Awesome.
Now what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you stop where your pedals are parallel to the ground. So they're like that, okay? And now you also notice your foot position. You want to keep your foot flat, okay? So you don't want it dipping, you want the foot flat, down, heel down, just like that. There you go. Now what we're looking for is alignment from the tibia to the instep of the foot. So we want your knee right here, this bottom of your patella, to be in the middle of the foot. Now if you use a drop line, you see she's much forward, so we have to bring her up. So staying in the pedals, go ahead and stand up.
It's going to lift the saddle. Thank you for being our beautiful model.
Okay, so I brought it up.
All the way from Egypt.
Go ahead and sit. Pedal twice, 2 circles, and then stop back at that same position. Okay, so we're still, if you look at her knee, if you look from this angle here, correct. She's still a little forward. So we're gonna bring her up again. I'm gonna raise the seat. Now we're up to level 5 on this particular bike. Okay, go ahead and pedal. And then stop at the position we were at. Again, keep the foot level. And if we look here, just a little bit forward. So one more click should do it. Go ahead and stand up.
Looking for the perfect fit.
Always make sure you secure it tightly once you're set up.
Awesome.
Okay, go ahead and pedal. Okay, now stop back at the position we were at, keeping that heel down. And right here, her knee, right over the middle of the foot. So this is where you look good. So you want, when you pedal, you don't want full extension. You should be close to full extension. The whole idea is the full range. So you want to come up and you want to be able to stretch that muscle as much as possible and be able to bring it back around. You don't want to be too short and stop here. You don't want to be all the way straight. You should be, the knee should be a minimum of 10 degrees bent. Okay?
That's perfect.
Now we want to line up the hips. So now that we got our height, we can always make a pipe also in the level of the seat. So go ahead and stand up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push the seat forward to show you the positioning. So this is the seat forward. Go ahead and sit. Now notice how her hips are too, now you notice her knees falling forward. So she's too far forward. See where her knee position is?
Correct.
So she tends to have longer legs, so go ahead and stand up. We're going to slide back. Now what you're looking for here is you want the angle on the hips. I'm going to slide her back to number 5. Go ahead and sit. Now pedal. So we want, as the heel comes down, she's able at full extension, when she comes to this mark right here, about what, 110 degrees, 125 degrees, you want to keep that, you don't want the knee to fall too far straight at that point. So go ahead and pedal. And you see how the rotation is right there? So she's actually just a tap too far back. If you see the angle here, see how she's stretching out? So go ahead and stand up. I'm going to bring her 1 click forward, which is number 4 on this particular bike.
So now her numbers are 4 and what's
5 on the 6 on the post, 5 on the posts, 4 on the. Now see how the angle when she comes down. See how she's straight?
Perfect.
So now we have good hip alignment. Now here's the most controversial one: the handlebars. So first of all, you want to be comfortable. So don't worry so much about your arms bent, all that. You want to be comfortable. After you're comfortable, let's go to ergonomics and where you should be. Go ahead and put your hands position to this is position 2, and go ahead and pedal. Now, this particular bike doesn't slide back and forth, so now we're just worried about height. And what you kind of want to do is you want to keep it roughly level with your hips. Now she's a tap high, but this is what I'll tell you about the height. The higher
I like it higher too.
The higher the handlebars, the easier it is.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you have more, when your handlebars are high, you're using less balance. So you're pushing more. Balance increases motor function, make sure you fire more motor units, it's a little harder workout. So what I always tell people, especially beginners, keep your handlebars where you feel comfortable and click them up one, but slowly work your way. But you don't want them too high where when you stand, they're right here, and you don't want them too low where you're so stretched out you can't contract muscle, you're way down here. And as you ride, you will find your balance point on where you like your handlebars. But I always try to encourage people as they become stronger spinners, lower the handlebars. It allows
Awesome.
more range of motion and makes you work a little bit harder. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Perfect setup. Thank you so much, Jimmy and Lamar.